Welcome to day 276. 276, sorry it's late coming in. It's now 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's my daughter's 7th birthday. So I've not been around. I thought I'd just take her to breakfast where she had a chocolate muffin. And some other bits and bobs. So we're just taking a shopping. I've just got back now. So, what are we doing at the moment? We've got the steps that have been finished off for the pool, which do look good actually. I think we should paint them. Let me know what you think. Anyone new to the channel, this is where we ask you for some advice. What do you think? If you are new, like and subscribe. Help us reach out to loads of people and tell us what you think about these. We've had them plastered, so they were horrible, ugly concrete, pretty much looking like this. Now they look nice and smooth. We've got one at the moment. We could do an extra one here, but until we actually get the soil in and establish the level that that's going to be, there's no point in putting another step there yet. I think we might be okay, because as you can see, this hill here will come around once we've actually backfilled all of this. It's all about trying to make sure the rain runs that way. So it runs down here and runs over there, because there'll be a soak away over there. So, but they look good. But I think we might get away with, I think they should be painted. Let me know what you think. We need to get the water out the pool, because obviously we've got mosquitoes that are loving it at the moment. Now, that is from today's rain, but at the same time, it only takes 3 days to go stagnant, and then you get mozzie hell. And as I'm talking to you, I'm itching my leg because I've been bitten already. My beautiful wife in there. The boys have been busy on the formwork, which I'll show you in a second. We had water in here as I've come back from the rain, but the rain has gone through here and leaked all the way along. So we need to get those door steps like this sorted out in each one of the window frames and door frames sooner rather than later. This has been pressure tested, it's all looking good, so we're going to be looking at getting that backfilled in a minute. And the mixer and head have now been centralised as well, apparently, so we're going to have a look at that. Sherwin's been busy sanding away, sanding here and sanding here. You about to go to the ceiling, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, you've done that bit over there already, have you, this piece?
Yeah, that's another fine coat. Like sun and then you go to the wheel.
Okay, no problem. And don't forget, we need to talk to electricians about these holes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's probably where they were before, and now they've established theirs. So I reckon we can fill them. Yeah? Okay, so ceiling's going to be sanded after the skim coat's been put on like this. Go out here and have a quick look. They're actually working in there at the moment on the floor. So I've asked them to cut the actual ply sheet so we can actually get the ply sheets down and seal the building. I've put netting behind there as well as the front of the building. These guys are working on getting the actual formwork casing coming over. As you can see, 2x4s going in. And then obviously we're going to be putting beams across. We've got 8x3s downstairs, we've got 4x4s downstairs, and we've got 2x4s. So at the moment, obviously the ceiling underneath looks like this. And obviously there'll be more jacks in here as well. And obviously got some cross members coming over like that as well. So there'll be one in the doorway here. Once we've established the doorway width, which at the moment is meant to be 19'7" as far as I'm aware. So I think the actual garage door we've ordered is 6 metres, which I think is around about 16'5", 19'5", 19'6". So as you can see, the 4-foot side's going on. There'll be another one on here once the rebar's done. It will stretch right across to here, and then we'll start doing the underneath. Concrete is booked for a week Monday. So we have 1 week to get all of that in order. The landscapers, sorry about the wind. Got to get to the wind at the front of the house. Nice breeze, by the way, everybody. Nice and warm. Some clouds in the sky, but very, very clear. And the landscapers are putting more soil down. We've also, down here, you can't see them, but there's 9 holes, all spaced around about 9 feet apart, all the way down the front of the building. Any ideas, any suggestions on plants? 1 that have got a nice colour, 2 that are good for the heat, 3 that are good for the salt environment, and 4, I don't have to put my green fingered gloves on and maintain every 2 minutes. So let me know what you think, any suggestions. If you've got any pictures to send, that'd be great. So yeah, any ideas you've got on what plants to select and the reasons why, let me know. But they must be able to handle the wind and the salt from the sea. It's a very, very different climate here. And grass as well. We've had some suggestions on what grass to have. Anybody got any experience on what grass to use in this sort of environment, let me know. Because we've got to start looking at that, because at some stage we are going to have to start looking at this monster. We want to literally level this off, get all the crap out, and start getting some there's three options. There's seed, which is the cheapest option, but the longest and the highest maintenance to get going, that is. Then they have like grass buds, which they like, they're little handfuls. They sort of drill a hole in the floor, they plant them sort of 6 inches apart, and they all spread into each other. And then there's turf. Apparently here, like everything else, turf is rare and turf is expensive. But obviously that would be the best option. So I've asked to go for the middle one. I think that's the suggestion we're going for. So again, we've got to make sure we're finished with all the crap, get all the crap out, get it all leveled, get the back rock element done, and then start putting the grass down in the little buds for them to do what they've got to do. So yeah, other than that, the weather is amazing today. We've had some rain. I'm not seeing any damp patches on the overhang, which is a good sign. We need to get the slopes done. Tyson in the house. Always catch him standing around. Here he is, look. So yeah, so we've got to do the slopes and the doorways to stop the rain going in. Windows apparently are going to be on the water hopefully Wednesday, which will take 2 weeks to get here, and about 14 years to go through customs. No, seriously, they'll be here quite quickly, and customs normally about the same sort of time, 2 weeks. So hopefully in about 4 weeks' time, 4.5 weeks' time, we could be having the windows here that will go into here and change the look and feel of what is an ugly building at the moment overnight. So I'm looking forward to that. We've also got prices, we're waiting for prices to have the sails to go over, so the big vinyl sheets, rather than a roof over here, which we were going to have, which is why that is different in height there to there. We're going to go for sails, and I am quite bugbeared about that. One of you guys, I can't remember who it was, one of you is responsible. You literally pointed it out to me, and I know it, but at the time there was going to be a roof on it, but now we're not having a roof. I keep looking at it, so I can't remember what it was. Was it MB? One of you guys have caused me some pain, because I now need to get that raised by 4 inches, which means I've got bricks, mortar and paint to go through. So thanks for that. The OCD has been kicking in. But anyway, we will look at that at some stage. Okay, apart from that, not a great deal different than yesterday and the whole week really. So sorry to bore you. Formwork on the garage has been our number one priority, and obviously that's going to go on for a good 2 to 3 weeks, sorry. We've got the filling inside the cottage. Tyson in the doorway, look. You're not working again? So obviously, yeah, we've got the filling and the sanding going on there. That's a good job. So hopefully we'll get that done by the end of this weekend. We'll start having a white painted box inside. We've got the steps obviously over here. We've had the front ones done leading up to the garage into the house, and we've had the side ones done, so they're now nearly finished. We've got to get the actual door frames and window frames, the slopes on those done. And then once the actual whiteness and everything's done inside, like I've said, we've got to get the skirting boards in there, which have been delivered. We've got to take up the floor in there and get the marine ply put down. And we've got to try and think about what to put on it to ensure that it's protected and it's sealed, because it can't be damaged, that's for sure. The other thing that's happening at the moment as we speak, which I forgot to mention, is the plumber's downstairs and he's moving the mains. About us being trapped in that little corner here, look. So because we've now got an 8x3 joist going on here, getting to that, getting to the mains is going to be difficult once the floor's down. You have to, and the pipe works there, so we've got to try and move it around here so that you can, from downstairs, access the mains. That is the mains into the whole of that building. So yeah, we've got to make sure. So the mains into the cottage is downstairs here, and then it runs through all the tanks and then comes into the house. So 2 different types of mains. So yeah, but as you can see, these have been done. It's caught some water. But this one over here that hasn't caught any water at all, for some reason wasn't cangoed out. Not that it's there to stop the water, it's there to bind into the new concrete slope that we put in. So the slope will go from edge to edge, and it will raise to here, and then there'll be a flat 2-inch where the window frame will sit on, like this one. So as you can see, the water sits in front. But we do have to come up with an idea about how we can stop this. What I can see is that the concrete is like a sponge absorbing the water. So again, anyone have concrete background experience, what is the best thing to do in the concrete, number one, so that we don't have the same problem with the next ones? And number two, what do we do on the step itself from a treatment point of view to make them waterproof, to stop them from soaking up the water? Over here, I've used a water-based waterproof, and it seems to be working. But again, I don't really want to use a waterproof, water-based waterproof. I want to use something which is designed for long term. So I do have a shower solution, which is meant to be bloody good. So I might try that. But if anyone's got any suggestions, again, comment downstairs for me. And obviously copy people into it you think that might be able to help if you think you can't. So if there's anyone out there you know has got the experience, copy them in, send them a link, and let's get sharing some information, and whatever works I'll share and post. So apart from that, it's 2 o'clock. I'll see if I can check it later on. Thanks for watching. Good morning, today 277. We actually missed 276 yesterday. Why did, should I say? These guys didn't, as you can see. They're still cracking on. Saturday and Sundays, as we know, are always a bit more skeleton orientated with staffing. And Sunday's normally the worst day of everything, so the carpenters rightly so got a day off. So there's no carpenters here today. Obviously we've got one of the part-time carpenters that comes in the weekend. He's here. Our painter, unfortunately, has now been used as a carpenter's mate. We have the foreman in, and the rebar boys are here. So the rebar boys can start actually now putting in the rebar at the beams all the way around. So starter bars, number one. Starter bars, for those new to the channel, are extensions to the steel that's here. So you see these little bits of steel poking out the blocks here. They extend those, they tie them all in, and then the beam will go from here all the way along to here. And then up here, this beam will be extended along the top as well to connect into it, so it'll become one big beam connecting the roof of the toilet in with the actual wall, the ring wall of the garage. So today, obviously being a skeleton staff, they'll just do some formwork today, I would have thought. And the rebar boys obviously will be cracking on with getting the beams that they've already pre-made connected together and installed all the way around. So normally we would have 2 carpenters full-time, 2 masons, etc, etc. But today, I would say we're 1 carpenter, 1 painter mate, carpenter mate, supervisor, he's always here obviously, and the rebar team. So it'll be interesting to see what they get done today. But yesterday I didn't film what they actually did, so I think what I'll do before I start is go around and show you what was, sorry about that, incoming call, and take you quickly around, show you what took place. Yeah, I think this will be off the back of, obviously, so the video at the moment I'm coming off the back of is actually a starter of yesterday's video, and now we're sort of finishing off on sort of the Sunday, so it's a Saturday-Sunday video merged into 2. So let's have a quick look around and see what they've actually done. Okay, so we'll start inside the cottage, as we call it. So the ceiling has been skimmed completely. So it's been sanded down and it's had a very light skim in between. I think it's now due to sand, I'm pretty sure. So so all of the joints, so you've got a plasterboard sheet here, for instance, that goes all the way through here and all the way along that way. That's been sanded, then the skim's gone in between the 2, so now the whole thing needs to be just sanded down and painted. I'm not too sure what he's going to do about the corners. He's not filled the corners yet, so I'm assuming he's going to put something with tape in there and fill in sand like he's done in between here. So these are 2 plasterboard joints. He's obviously compounded that and sanded that down slightly, as he's done in the wall over here in this corner, so I'm assuming he's going to do the same around. The bathroom is pretty much done. The only thing they haven't done is they put the linear trap in. It's just a case of now filling that hole in there. They've moved the actual mixer to be central now, which is good. So it's a case of filling with mortar and drilling the actual mixer into place, and then backfilling all of that, and that's ready to be tiled. But it's been sanded down and they're waiting to be painted. So in here, to a certain extent, apart from the sanding down, is nearly finished from a wall point of view. So it's sanding that down, giving a lick of paint on that, and then once that's done, sticking the lights in, getting the scaffolding out, and then it's going to be starting on the floor here second, and once that's done, the skirting boards and a finish off lick of paint around. So that will be pretty much in here done. Whilst I'm here, bear in mind there's no one around. Turn the lights off. Okay, so that's what he plans to do. His plans were to come in here and do this today, but today he's been asked to come and jump in and help out with the carpenters. Oh, we've got a bit of rain. So in 2 seconds of coming in with the sun out, got a little bit of cloud and a bit of rain coming out. So like I said, they're going to be working on that later on, which is pretty much going to be their concentration today. So let me show you what they did yesterday. So from the video you're in now, you'll see where it was yesterday morning, and then this is now showing pretty much where they finished, and obviously where today they're as you can see, the 4-foot beam is already in this side anyway yesterday. So yesterday they pretty much got this bit here finished off, got these struts here across, and got the 4-foot sheeting on the front. So that's ready to go. This has been opened back up again, so they've taken the actual front off of here, and as you can see, there's rebar up here. This rebar is going to be extended all the way along once the actual formwork is put in. So the formwork will sit on top of here, like this one will, once the actual once the beams have been put in. As you can see here, this is a beam, so the outside has been put on now. The beam will go through the middle here, and there'll be a beam going all the way through the other side here. So it's all the way around, 4 foot, and then through here there's a 16-inch all the way through here as well. All right, so that's pretty much where they are there. Let me show you from this side. Sorry about the wind. So as you can see, it's still open here, look, but you've got the beam in here that's been here for a while, so we've got to get that offload. So that'll be rusting a little bit, but it's connected upstairs, as you can see. That will be extended all the way through here, onto this wall here, onto these starter beams. These starter beams will have a beam across here as well, which will tie in, and this corner will end up having a half plus sign, and the beam will go that way. So the drain was obviously dug out, we talked about that. So that is ready for a wipeout. We've got to obviously take some of this height here out. We definitely need to be sort of 1/4 inch, 3/4 of an inch here deep, down to about 2.5 to 3 inches deep here, so we can get the water from the driveway coming out that way. And I only need to source the pipes to go into here as well. So again, we need to get the flow onto the rust, and we need to make sure this has got a 3-inch run going out there, and we're going to punch that through the wall and take it down out to the front of the drive. Also Friday even, we had the landscaper out. Let's get down there, so we've got that out the wind. So the landscaper's actually got all of that soiled on Friday, which is good. So it's now ready for a bit of settlement and some grass. We're going to plant grass all the way down there, and all the holes down the side of the building, front of the building even, were dug out for all the plants we're actually going to have. So that's going to be sheeting, stones, and then grass and plants all the way down here. Nothing's happened on the door still waiting for that, so hopefully next week we'll have a little movement on that. But at the moment it's mainly jack and formwork. We're pouring concrete a week Monday, so we need to get this going, that's for sure. So anyway, where we are so far for the day. Sorry about the wind, I keep apologising. I'll update you a little bit later on to say how things have gone, but it'll be a little bit slower. It'll be mainly obviously the formwork here. So this week is all about formwork and rebar on the garage roof, because we're pouring a week Monday, and obviously trying to sort out this whilst we're actually at it. Now whether we leave that and get that poured at the same time, I don't know, but I think we'll actually pour this manually ourselves. But anyway, I'll update you as things go. What's the time now? 9 o'clock. Okay, so we're on 6 o'clock. I've returned. The guys have gone. 6 o'clock on a Sunday, really? Big shout out to Michelle. Michelle, how are you? Nice to see you today. Hope you get what you want out of building on the island, if you ever build on the island. It's lovely to see you, by the way. Okay, right, so where are we? So the guys have obviously done quite a bit on the formwork. We've got the front part in on the inside. Outside still to be done. The board's gone up quite quick on the inside, obviously. That's quite a quick, easy thing to do. 8-foot by 4-foot sheets. Once the actual the straights are in, it's quite easy to put those down. And obviously the straights going through here as well, so still got to get that one taken over. But this side's all done through here. It's all starting to close and it's feeling like a garage. Ooh. Some of you actually said it's quite a big garage. It is quite a big garage actually. I think if I remember rightly, from the actual far corner, I think it's about 35 foot by about 30 foot. I think that's the size of the garage. That's not including the overhang. So let me show you around. When you're standing inside itself, I go to the corner, you can sort of see the size. So you can see the actual, the toilet and the inside is here, obviously. There's going to be bifolds on the back. The roof itself is actually going to be 12-foot ceilings like inside the house. The beam itself won't be that low, but that is the boxing for it. It should be around about, it's 9 foot in total as far as I'm aware, but we'll probably have an 8-foot opening. And the opening itself is actually meant to be 19.5 feet, whereas it's currently, it's got to come in another 16 inches over there. One more block. You can hear a plane taking off, you can hear it in the background. Any second. You can even see the tower above the houses. but they make us all about to go home. Here it goes. Anyway. So, yeah, so we've still got some more boards to go down here, still some more lengths to go across. And let's see from the behind whether you can actually see the beams. So I'm not too sure if we boxed these in yet or not. Okay, so there's nothing there at the back. There's beams up on top. So it looks like there's beams going across the roof. Not too sure why they're up there. I'm pretty sure they're meant to be on the side. Some beams hanging out the back, or bars even. So I'm not too sure it might be worth getting up and having a quick look, but they're meant to be extending, those beams there that are up there are meant to be actually coming down here, through here. So unless they're being made to go the other side. But anyway, like I said, it'd be a slow day today. I'm pretty sure nothing would have taken place in there today. Bless Sherwin, he actually jumped in and helped the carpenters here today because the other carpenters didn't come in. So he was a carpenter's mate for the day, bless him. But as you can see, it's starting to take a little bit more shape in here. And the concrete, as I said, is being poured a week Monday. Yeah, anyway, so we've got 2 videos rolled into one, as I said this morning, sorry. We got Saturday's video, which wasn't massive, and we got today's video rolled into one. So day 2, 7, 5 or 6 and 7. Anyway, 2 days rolled into one. So anyway, I'll check in tomorrow. Tomorrow's when most of the guys will be back in again, and we'll be getting stuck into it. So fingers crossed. We'll get this finished off up here. We'll start getting the rebar finished. We've got a week to get the rebar done and dusted. And then I need to think about what I'm going to do with the overhang. Am I going to do a concrete overhang or am I not? Either way, I'm going to have to get the architects back involved on that if we are looking to do it. So let's see what happens. But I'll check in tomorrow morning. If you're on here listening and you're new, please like and subscribe. Comments, please, both good and bad. Shove them down there. Love comments. And anybody who wants to see anything in particular or ask any questions, please don't hesitate to go for it. So checking out, 1 week over in Barbados. New week starts as of tomorrow morning. Take care.